Well, hello everyone, what is going on? It is TheAlmightyGeoff and we're here with episode 93 of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. In the previous episode we spoke to some of the people down in the Ragged Flagon, we picked up a couple of miscellaneous quests. Well, no, that's relevant to the quest we just did. So like in Veiled Barrow, that sort of stuff, and we've pretty much started up properly, no stone unturned now. So we need to collect all the stones of Berenzia, so we'll do that as we're playing through the game, obviously, but we'll maybe try and finish it up before we finish up with the Thieves Guild, I'm not sure. But the main priority was doing the Dampened Spirits mission, or quest. We've pretty much done everything for that now. We've gone to Honeybrew Meadery, we poisoned the nest, and we also poisoned the mead, so that Sabion... wait, was that who it was? Yeah. So that Sabion got arrested and Maven Black-Briar could take over, so we just need to speak to her now, who should still be in the Bee and Barb. So we can finish this quest off for good and start at the next one. I'm not sure if we'll maybe have a little break. And the storyline depends on which quest is coming up next. If it's a nice and short one, I'll do it, but...
I trust you have good news for me?
If it's one of the longer ones, I think I might give it a break for tonight. Job's finished. Here's the information you requested.
This doesn't tell me much. The only thing that could identify Sabion's partner is this odd little symbol.
Yes, I've seen that symbol before.
Well, whoever this mysterious marking represents, they'll regret starting a war with me. You should bring this information to the Thieves Guild immediately. There's also the matter of your payment. I believe you'll find this more than adequate for your services. Out of my way.
Oh, come now.
Are you joking? A steel sword of sapping.
People are scared.
Does that jingle? It does not. You little bitch. Oh, she didn't hear that. she'll have me guts for garters. What an absolute bitch. As if she just gives me some stupid sword I don't even need. It's just rude. Alright. I don't think we've even ever actually been in through this way. So yeah, just want to activate that if you want to go in through the cistern. But there you go. Right. Oh, Viper. Viper of the fleet. Alright, so it's Brynjolf through here. Assuming we are going back to Brynjolf. Yes, we are.
Word on the street is that poor Sabiorn has found himself in Whiterun's prison. How unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Yeah, very fortunate for Maven.
Exactly. Now you're beginning to see how our little system works. Maven sent word that you discovered something else while you were out there. Something important to the guild?
How did she do that? We literally ran straight there to here, but okay. The same symbol from Golden Glow was involved.
Then this is beyond coincidence. First Arangoth, and now Sabiorn. Someone's trying to take us down by driving a wedge between Maven and the guild.
Is there anything we can do?
Mercer thinks he knows a way to identify this new thorn in our side. He wants to meet with you right away. And if I were you, I'd hurry. I've never seen him this angry before.
Alright.
No time for idle chatter. Mercer is awaiting your presence.
Whoa.
Got a minute? Wanted to say something.
How did you get your unusual name?
My father told me he found me as a young boy in the wreckage of a ship that sank off of the coast near Solitude. All he found in my pocket was a tiny smooth stone inscribed with some sort of strange runes.
Do you know what they mean?
No one does. I've even taken the damn thing to the College of Winterhold. I must have spent every last coin I've made with the guild trying to find out what it means.
Maybe you weren't meant to know.
Perhaps. They could be nonsense, inane scribbles done by someone in idle boredom. But if not, if they actually mean something, they might tell me where I'm from, what ship I was on, everything.
So who gave you the name?
Actually, the fisherman who found me, the man I call my father, gave it to me. Thought it was fitting, I suppose. I never changed it because it never felt right to do so.
I'll keep an eye out for anything.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Keep to the shadow.
Now, this room is good for practicing your lockpicking. Basically, they have novice, apprentice, master, adept, and expert chests. I don't know if they ever actually have anything in them, but it's just to practice your lockpicking on. We have training chests. These chests are for practice use only. Please refrain from using them for storage. The locks on these chests have been specifically constructed to reset themselves after a short amount of time. If you have any issues, please speak to Niren. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So obviously, if you just want to practice a bit, that's all you gotta do. We got some random bits in there, but nothing that we can't, that we want to make use of really. Take the gold, might as well. We won't bother doing all of them. We don't need to. Thought we might. I don't know. We've got not like we don't have enough to use. Oh come on! Stop being tight. And then there's the master. Bastard. There we go. See? Wasn't so bad. And we got a lockpicking increase. That's nice. Ring with the noble squire. Nice. Right. Look how much gold we have, bro. He's insane. Oh, this guy is quick on his feet, isn't he? Let's just see. There aren't any other notes around, are there, that I could nosy at? Thieves Guild HUD. Why is it like... I don't know. I was going to say like, why is it flashing, but... I'm past the point of questioning things. Oh, we can take stuff now. Shadow marks. Alright, I can read this. My Delvin Mallory. So this is pretty much a actual Thieves Guild book. So you might notice these symbols around the place, even before we started the guild. These are the little marks that they leave for other members. So it could come in use. Just keep an eye out for anything else of interest. Gold chest. Sure. I'll have that. At least now they trust us enough that we can actually take stuff. It's weird that they have so many dresses in here though, for children. Okay. We have possible rivals. Not from Mercer. Oh, that was about the one that we just did. Bit of the fleet.
Hey, let's talk a second.
Alright.
Up to no good, are we?
This guy could actually come in use at some point, because I want to be better at pickpocketing, but like, we don't really have much of an opportunity to try out, so... so how did you earn your name?
It was on a job a few years back. It was supposed to be a simple burglary on a house in Windhelm. I was working with Vex, and we got inside with no trouble. We found the loot, made our way out.
Sounds normal to me.
Well, it was, up until the point where we set foot outside. The house was surrounded by town guard. The client had ratted us out.
Oh, what a bitch.
Vex just tells me to run. So I did. Half of them went after me, the other half went after her.
Did either of you get caught?
Are you kidding me? Vex lost them in seconds. Once she steps into the shadows, she vanishes. Me? I ran, and I ran. Straight through the gates of Windhelm, and all the way back to Riften.
That's an incredible distance to run.
Vex was waiting for me at the flagon when I came in, drenched in sweat. Everyone just took a look at me and laughed.
Why were they laughing?
Well, I had forgotten we had our horses tied up just outside of Windhelm. Vex rode hers back and arrived hours before I did. So,
That's how I earned the name. Now keep it to yourself.
Okay. Does the guild provide other services?
I'll point you to the first and last person you're ever going to need to talk to. Tonelia. She's the guild's fence. Treat her right, and she'll make you rich. Try and rip her off. You'll have the whole guild to answer to.
Okie doke.
Need any more pickpocket training? You just let me know.
Hello, Nierin.
Come here a second.
Okay.
I'll show you what I know.
Okay, we don't really need to bother with that. How'd you end up at the guild?
I used to live in Valenwood, working at my father's winery. We made the finest wine to ever cross your lips, I promise you. We were doing well. Plenty of coin, a huge mansion, and I was even betrothed to a lovely young woman.
Why would you leave all that behind?
Because it was dull. Every day was the same boring routine. Working at the winery, social visits with friends, parties with no one I cared about. I just wanted a little excitement. Something dangerous.
Like being a thief?
I hooked up with a guild in Valenwood. I think they called themselves the Silver Crescents. Spent quite a few years doing jobs for them. Made a lot of coin, but I didn't care. I didn't really need it. I was running with them because it fit. Made me feel alive.
How did you end up in Skyrim?
Well, after a while, my father caught on to what I was doing. He confronted me one night and gave me a choice. Either leave Valenwood, or he'd have me thrown into jail. Gave me a day to say my goodbyes to everyone.
It must have been difficult.
I ended up in Skyrim thanks to a contact I'd made when I was with the Crescents. Good old Delvin. He introduced me to Gallus, and that was it. I've been here ever since. And you know what? Despite what I left behind, I don't regret it one bit.
Does the guild provide other services?
If talking your way out of trouble isn't enough, you could always pick up some training from Delvin, Vex, or Viper. Also, I recommend hitting the training room if you need lockpick practice. Helped me out of a jam more than once.
Okay.
Come find me if you need more marksman training.
No time for idle chatter. Mercer is awaiting your presence.
Okay, we'll talk to one more person. Etienne Ranus.
Ah,
Okay.
you made it. Good to see you, my friend. I'll never forget how you saved my life from those Thalmor maniacs.
Oh! Oh, of course. Of course, he's the guy we released from the prison. The guy we almost killed. Oh, you almost killed me. Oh, no, he didn't almost kill me. Oh, I never knew he came to the Thieves Guild. Wow, that's amazing. I never knew that. That is insane. That's awesome.
Hey, I want to talk to you. Now.
So you were part of a bandit clan?
I joined up with them maybe 10 years ago. Small clan, maybe 20 men. We'd raid villages, rob caravans. But it was always about the killing for them.
But not for you?
Don't get me wrong. The first few years with that clan were some of the best years of my life. All the food I could eat, all the wine I could drink, and all the women I could bed.
What changed?
We raided a caravan one spring. I think it was a few wagons with some farmers moving to a new village. They didn't put up much of a fight. All that was left were the women and the children. Then the leader of our clan, Garthek, he ordered us to kill the rest.
You'd never do that before? You never had to do that before?
No, we usually let them go. I refused to do it, and Garthek ordered the clan to kill me as well. Luckily, I had made some friends with the clan who immediately sided with me. We tore each other to pieces. After it was over, those of us that remained simply went our separate ways.
And Garthek?
I left his head on a pike at the wreckage of the caravan. Never knew what became of the rest of the clan that survived. I suppose they moved on just like I did.
Okay. That's,
Always a pleasure.
yeah. Right, so we spoke to Viper. Obviously Brynjolf isn't talking to us at the moment. We'll get some more notes actually. Have need of Sinric. Okay. Got East Empire connection. These notes are all pretty interesting. Okie doke. Right, Mercer.
Ah, there you are. I've consulted my contacts regarding the information you recovered from Golden Glow Estate, but no one can identify that symbol.
I find the same marking at Honningbrew Meadery.
It would seem our adversary is attempting to take us apart indirectly by angering Maven Black-Briar. Very clever.
You admire them?
They're well funded. They've been able to avoid identification for years. I'm impressed it reached this point. Just don't mistake my admiration for complacency. Our nemesis is going to pay dearly.
How can we make them pay?
Because even after all their posturing and planning, they've made a mistake. The parchment you recovered mentions a Godjal lie. According to my sources, that's an old alias used by one of our contacts. His real name is Gullumai.
I remember this mission. Where do I begin?
Gullumai is our inside man at the East Empire Company in Solitude. I'm betting he acted as a go-between for the sale of Golden Glow Estate and that he can finger our buyer. Get out there, shake him down, and see what you come up with. Talk to Geoff before you leave if you have any questions.
Alright.
Arengoth was a fool to think he could get away with this.
How is all this affecting the guild?
Golden Glow Estate provided a huge payout for us before Arengoth locked us out. Maven looked the other way as long as the honey kept flowing and we kept him in line.
And Honningbrew?
Let's not kid ourselves. Black-Briar mead is swill. The only thing keeping it successful is Maven. Word on the street was that Honningbrew tasted better, cost less, and Sabjorn didn't shove it down everyone's throat. If Sabjorn ever managed to push Maven off her pedestal, we'd all be in trouble.
Seems all our eggs are in one basket.
Look, in case you hadn't noticed, these aren't the glory days of the guild. We've lost more clients in the last decade than I'd care to count, but Maven's stuck with us throughout the entire ordeal. I'll be damned if I'm gonna lose her to, well, to whatever they are.
What is Gullumai's story?
When Gullumai was getting us merchandise from the East Empire Company, we were making a hefty profit. It was so lucrative, I was considering moving the guild to Solitude to save us time.
What happened?
Gullumai started to get greedy and cut us out of the deal. Almost can't say I blame the scaly bastard. It started out innocent enough. He kept claiming the shipments were light because of Imperial interference. Then maybe a few years ago it all stopped. He didn't even bother to contact us anymore.
Okay.
I need you to put all your efforts into this job. We can't afford any mistakes.
Alright. Alright, Geoff.
I can't believe Gullumai's mixed up in all this. That Argonian couldn't find his tail with both hands. Don't get me wrong. He could scam a beggar out of his last septim. But he's no mastermind.
Think he'll give me trouble?
Trouble? He's one of the most stubborn lizards I've ever met. You have your work cut out for you.
So how do I get him to talk?
You're going to have to buy him off. It's the only way to get his attention. If that fails, follow him and see what he's up to. If I know Gullumai, he's in way over his head, and you'll be able to use it as leverage.
Betrayal or not, I'll let him live.
I'm glad to see you're embracing our methods. It would be a waste to lose a contact at the East Empire Company before we had the entire story. Just keep on Gullumai's tail, and he's bound to step into something he can't scrape off his boot.
If I get information from Gullumai, what then?
Just head right back to the guild and get the information to Mercer. Nothing else is more important. If you discover Gullumai's holding out on us and has more loot stashed away than he claims, we'd find that information quite valuable as well.
You think Gullumai will give me trouble?
There are thieves, and then there is Gullumai. No honor, no code at all. He'd shake your hand and stab you in the back at the same time. The cut he's supposed to provide the guild has dwindled as of late. He says pickings in the warehouse are slim, but I'm certain he's lying. Keep your eyes on him. He's quite crafty.
How is Gullumai an asset to the guild?
Gullumai works in the East Empire Company warehouse. He helps maintain all of the shipments of goods that goes in and out of Solitude. That means he has the pick of the litter from some of the finest goods to grace Skyrim shores. He isn't exactly in the guild, but he pays us a cut of all the stuff he lifts from the warehouse.
East Empire Company? Who are they?
A mercantile group that has established ports all over Tamriel. They pretty much dominate the whole shipping industry. The Emperor himself supposedly backs them, which means they have fairly unlimited resources. So don't get their feathers in a ruffle.
Okay, we've already...
Yeah, I bet I know your guy.
We've already seen that one.
He's hiding
I keep
out
doing
the
that for some
Bradley
reason.
Park.
I'm just going to go and give that thing to Delvin. That little thing that I picked up from Honeybury Meadery. He'll go, well, I was looking for this little beauty. That's Dirge, that's not Delvin. Delvin.
Need some gold. I may have some work for you.
Interested in Banks Honeybrew decanter?
Well, I was looking for this little beauty.
Yes, we know.
If you happen to... I think you'll find this payment to be more than fair.
Well, I was looking for this little beauty. Like, properly British, but with a block nose. Like, it sounds weird. Like a phlegmy throat. Actually, I might as well show you the shelf on how it goes in it. So obviously I've only got 2 at this point. We've got the Queen Bee statue, which you can just take and right back off the shelf if you want to, but obviously we're not going to for display purposes. And I'm thinking, like, how's this going to get filled up? And there's a few of them that we'll pick up during main story missions, but there is a lot of them. I think about 7 or 8 things that you pick up for doing a certain amount of the special jobs for Vex and Delvin, which we need to work on at some point. But you need to do a total of 125 in order to get everything. Nightingale's Fact or Fiction, that's a new book. So, like I said, I think I'll probably do like an example of all of them on screen, like as a usual recording. We'll do the actual like main city quests on actual video as well, but then I'll do like live streams where I'll do it on my own time, you know, so I can do, you know, just talk to you guys and stuff like that. But yeah, so make sure that on all these like main assignments you keep an eye out for unique items that you can give to Delvin. Like I said, we need to start working on those soon as well. There's no way we're going to finish this quest in this episode. It's actually quite a long one, so the Winking Skeever. If I try and remember where this place... Oh no, it actually goes into the actual warehouse.
This one's a favorite.
Yep, I know. Hello, Golden Eye.
So, what do we have here? Let me guess. By your scent, I'd say you were from the guild. But that can't be true, because I told Mercer I wouldn't deal with them anymore.
I'm here about Golden Glow Estate.
I don't deal in land or property. Now, if you're looking for goods, you've come to the right person.
You can drop the act now, Gadgel Lie.
Oh, wait. Did you say Golden Glow Estate? My apologies. I'm sorry to say I know very little about that, bee farm, was it?
You acted as a broker for its new owner.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I can't be expected to remember every deal I handle.
Identify the buyer and we'll forget what we know.
I don't care what you promise. If I tell you the buyer's name and word gets around, it could ruin me.
What would it take to identify the buyer?
Well, now that you mention it, there is something I've been trying to get my hands on. I have a buyer looking for a case of Firebrand wine. There just so happens to be a single case in the Blue Palace. Bring it to me, and we'll talk about Golden Glow Estate.
Okay.
No Firebrand wine yet? How disappointing.
Excuse me, bitch. I don't appreciate that. We'll make this the thumbnail for the episode, I guess. Okay. Alright. I suppose if your like your speech level is high enough, you can do a persuasion, but seeing as we're not that high enough a level, we get an extra little objective to the thing, so that's not too bad. Let's just grab all these while we're here. Right, we've never actually been to the Blue Palace yet. I mean, obviously we've been to Solitude, but I think the only time we actually... Like, we've not really done anything except for, like, witnessing that execution. and speaking to... oh, what's his name now? The elf who was at the start of diplomatic immunity. Alright, cool. So we'll need to actually return and do some of the Solitude quests. I mean, there's a main guild here that we will be joining up with. Well, there's a main guild and there's like a little guild as well. As this is the home of the Imperials as well. That wasn't hard at all. Alright. Definitely don't have your fire and wine. Alright, we could just fast travel back to the main entrance. Easy peasy.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Ah, I see you have the wine. Hand it over, and we'll talk.
I have the firebrand wine.
Good. Can't have the buyer getting impatient and looking elsewhere for this, can we? Here, take this. I certainly can't use it, but I suppose I need to pay you something for the goods.
You're trying to bribe me now?
Not at all. I consider it an investment in prolonging my life. As far as Golden Glow Estate goes, I'll tell you what I know. I was approached by a woman who wanted me to act as the broker for something big. She flashed a bag of gold in my face and said all I had to do was pay Arengoth for the estate. I brought in the coin and walked away with her copy of the deed.
Did she say why she was doing this?
Not at all. I tend not to ask too many questions when I'm on the job. I'm sure you understand. However, I did notice she was quite angry. It was being directed at Mercer Frey.
That's it? No name or anything?
In this business, we rarely deal in names. Our identity comes from how much coin we carry.
I think you're lying to me.
Look, that's all I know. I never promised you I'd have all the answers. Now, since our transaction is done, I'll be on my way.
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors, the Imperials. We drink to our youth.
Do you do that? Alright, so we're gonna shadow Golem. Seems to be standing and staring at a door, like you do. I don't think it matters if he notices us or anything. We could just like wait in time as well, so we don't actually have to like very early sneak all the way down to the warehouse. You can just wait and then catch him up. Obviously we have the marker, so it's fine. In fact, he should have. It looks like he's already gone. He's already in the warehouse. Not so bad, not so bad. So we can just hop down this way. Again, there's a side quest involving the East Empire Company warehouse, which we'll do when we work through the Solitude quests. I know that we've been to Catler's farm. I'm not sure if there's anything related to miscellaneous quests that we missed.
You must be one of those wizards from the college in Winterhold. A fine day to you, friend. Honest pay for honest
Okay, so we do. I don't know if we've already done this one, actually. Let's just do this dead quickly. It's literally all there looks like to be, so I mean, we'll just...
Can I help you? Honest pay.
Yes.
Honest
just
pay.
take my honest pay for my honest work.
For honest work.
Yes.
All right, then.
Honest pay for honest work. Alright, I think we'll probably end the episode around the time that we enter the warehouse. Which isn't so bad. We haven't had a terrible episode, really. We've spoken to quite a few people. Yeah, I was quite interested to see that Etienne Ranis, or whatever his name was, appeared. I didn't know that he went to the Thieves Guild. Alright. Come out with that vampire stamina. Alright. So, yeah, that's how this is looking. Nothing really much in this little building. It is in here what is important. Oh, you're gonna make me a lockpick? Oh well. Okay, that scared me a bit. Just pops it like spooked. You was not expecting this, were you? I'm not making a sound. It wasn't me. Alright. Just need to keep an eye. There's like a shipping map. It's just a goal. That's hilarious. It's like, yo, I'm just chilling. Just chilling. A bit of killing. I think if we go up this way, this leads to the shipping map. I just want to pick that up first, I feel. I think it should be up there. I'm not too sure though. It's one of those weird locations, so I'm not bothered about filling it in per se. I'm not going to loot all this really, nothing unique. Alright. Snorried. See, I think that this is what I meant by that other section that was relevant to stealth. By the way. Let's have a look in here. As if we failed an apprentice lockpick. At this rate, a level 82. Alright. Oh, it might be up there, the shipping map. Alright, it's a bit too much of a distance for me. Not, it isn't, but you know what I mean, like, for the episode. Right, we increased our sneak. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh. You saw nothing.
Is someone there?
You saw no one. Alright guys, that is where we're going to end it for today. So in the next episode, of course, we will probably end up finishing up, well, we will end up finishing up Scoundrel's Folly. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and also be sure to share the video. And I'll see you guys in episode 94.
Everything changes.